Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back everybody to another episode of SevTech. I hope everybody has been fan-freaking-tastic today. Hope you've had a good day. So, dudes, in between episodes, now I have kept myself from doing this too much in this series, but I have played so much in between episodes, getting ready, doing a lot of grindy tasks like the one I'm doing right now, mining freaking obsidian. It will all make sense. Remember last time we upgraded our pickaxe, so it's a steel pickaxe which can mine obsidian. And speaking about mining, I've done so much mining in between episodes. I've been in the Twilight Forest for probably 3 hours. I've been in the Nether for probably 3 hours. And there's a reason for all of this. I've found some things in H3 that aren't necessarily quests, but that we are gonna get done here today. I need a little bit more obsidian. I think I need, well, actually, I think I'm good, but I'm just gonna grab so I have a stack, I guess, because this is so far away. First of all, this is gonna allow me to create a Nether Portal at our base. But second of all, I got a plan to start off this episode. We're gonna create something pretty overpowered. Yes, you heard me right. Pretty overpowered in SevTech. Very, very, very excited. So, hope you guys don't mind that I've done some grinding bits off camera. Like, I've tried to, in this series, I've tried to keep most of the stuff on camera. But, like, I was completely out of resources, and now I'll show you when I get back to the base, because I haven't smelted, or most things I haven't smelted down yet. And you guys have seen mining in the past, so I figured it was okay. I've also collected some ink sacks. I may want to collect some more of those, because the engineer, the steampunk's workshop thing that I want to build, I want to use those black bricks that we took a look at a couple of episodes ago. And I'm hoping, because I did all of these grindy things off camera, I'm hoping that today after I've made this overpowered thing, we get to actually do some base building, because we need it. We do need it, and I prepared a little bit in regards of that as well. Another thing I've done is that I put looting 360 lapis on our sword, which really helps with getting drops and stuff. So that's very cool. This, by the way, is up north, so our Nether Portal is up here, and I was just looking around for obsidian because these Twilight Forest monuments spawn. So yeah, but let me head back home, and I'll show you dudes what I've done. I also crafted the H3 ore prospector. I figured I could do that off camera, because you know these things are stupid. I needed it for finding stuff. For finding stuff. Oh, how did I never notice this village here? Or is this a village I have noticed that has got devoured by the Darklands? Maybe, but that's weird. Alright, so home sweet home. First things first, let's put up a Nether Portal. And for now, let's put it over here. I got a plan to design this later. I'm gonna need my shovel. Boop. Yeah, I got a plan to design this later. By the way, I also upgraded my shovel, I think, in between episodes. Did a lot of small things that I may forget to mention. If you see something, let me know. Boop, boop. Yeah, let's go one more in. Can I take those out? Yeah, that's fine. A lot of people have been telling me that that you guys want to see more base design. So I'm like, I really enjoy that part of Minecraft. I played some series where I've like said, oh, we're not going to focus on building in this series. And that's probably why I get bored, because I do like doing buildings. In SevTech, it's super interesting because it's like you don't have access to all the things and it constantly changes. So that's a cool thing. Let's just clean this up a little bit. Alright, sweet. So we got a Nether Portal in our base. That's going to help me tremendously. Not help you guys so much though, because things. But the reason I needed this much obsidian, like I said, I've done some grind off camera, dude. So first things first, some of my mining results here. I visited another Hollow Hills in the Twilight, a big one this time with loads of spawners and stuff. And I got some stuff from there, mostly lapis and redstone, as you can see. I also found an aluminum vein in the overworld, and a copper vein, and an iron vein, and a nickel vein. This here is lemonite. Leromonite, nickel. This stuff here is called limonite. And when you mine this, there's a 50% chance that nickel will drop and 50% chance that iron will drop. So I was kind of confused at that to begin with, but yeah, that's how it works. Why is that not crafting? Oh, I didn't have enough gold. Okay. So the reason I needed the obsidian is because I'm gonna make 5 reinforcement plates. And those of you who have been watching other series of me, you probably know where we're going with this. But these dudes, if you apply 5 of these on any tinker tool, the tinker tool will become indestructible. Okay? That's step number 1. And number 5, boom. And if you also watch a lot of series of mine, you know that I love my VeinMiner. I love vein mining, right? But it's not in the pack. I haven't installed it either. A lot of you actually wanted me to install VeinMiner. But it's not in here. It's not in here. However, I found out that there is something else in this pack. This thing here. Excavate Modifier. Are you kidding me? So we can actually make a tool with the Excavate Modifier on it. That's insane. And this thing here unlocked in H3. It costed Octine, which we had. It costed Surmorite, which I did have, but I'd run out because I created hoppers. So I had to go back to the in-between lands and get some of those. It required 2 steel plates, which is not a problem because we're cooking up steel in this guy, remember. I should probably continue cooking that stuff actually. It required 2 rock crystals, not a problem. The 2 and a maystone. The 2 troublesome things were these things, the modularium plate and the platinum plate. Platinum, I did find, I think I have that in an episode where I find some in the overworld, but it's super rare. And I found some in Twilight, a sample, and then I dug down, and it was only like 10 platinum there, as opposed to like 9 stacks of iron in an iron vein, right? So don't know how rare this stuff is, but long story short, I found some of it and I smelted it up. This thing here is an alloy coming from aluminum, iron, and redstone in the tinker. So, you know, it's not too bad. And then the plates we can just make on that little stone anvil. But this here gives us the Excavate Modifier. Step 2. And I don't know why we get 25 of them, but we're just going to make them. That's also an advancement. That's how I found this, of course. That's an advancement right there. Oh, by the way, when I did this thing, I got all of these unlocked. So the only ore in this age I haven't found is lead, which may prove to be a little bit of a setback for us. Okay, so that gave us the ore excavator or excavate modifier. Okay, cool. Next step, and now is where things start getting really interesting. We're gonna make a new pickaxe. So we have this guy, super good, super quick, and all that. Very useful. But we're gonna make a new pickaxe. And we're gonna make it out of I mean yeah, I could just make it out of stone, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna want this to be good in the future. Do I have no platinum? Okay, I'm gonna throw some more steel in there. And I don't know how many modifiers we get by default. In Fullcraft 2 it was 5 modifiers by default, but I think that may have been raised a little bit. Let's just throw a few steel ingots in there and put the rest in here. For the handle of this thing, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, I made a slimy handle trying to increase my durability, but that didn't work out so good. I think for the binding pattern, can we make that out of paper? Paper in Tinker's Construct has always given you an extra modifier, and that's going to be important for this tool. I wonder if that's disabled. No, we can make that. It gets the writable thing. Boop. More words, more modifiers. It's only logical. Okay, so you know what? Let's actually go ahead, even though this is going to be terrible durability, and make the paper rod out of paper. Probably. Paper rod out of paper, he says. I mean tool rod out of paper, stupid. Okay, put that in there and pour that in there. We're going to try, because we have 5 of these, and because we have excavation, and because tools level up, we're going to try and get an Unbreakable VeinMiner pickaxe. It's gonna be so freaking powerful. It's pretty crazy. So let's go boop. That, and that. Okay. First things first, we get 4 modifiers, 61 durability. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But if we were to go with a wooden thing, can I put a normal stick? No. Let's just see. If we were to go with a wooden tool rod, that's only going to give us 3 modifiers, I assume. No, 4 modifiers. Okay, so you can only have rideable once. So that's probably better. Do I want to go with something like strong as the tool rod then? The durability is only going to matter for a tiny amount of time, to be honest. But I mean, we do have steel. Yeah. And this is going to help me get even more of everything. So, you know, may just well invest. Let's try that out. That gives us 650. That's actually not that big of a difference. And instead of ecological, we get stiff. Block and reduces the damage taken even more. Okay, that's unimportant for us. Unimportant. Now I kind of want to make an iron tool rod. I'm sorry. But that gives me magnetic, which is at least a little bit cooler. So let's make that out of iron. I'm sorry for being such a tester. That gives us... Oh, that's pretty bad durability. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's put that in there. That can smelt down. Let's take this guy out. And can we name him now? Can we name him VeinMiner? Boom. Yes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw one of these guys on. And as many of these as we can, right? So we have 4 modifiers. So that's 4 modifications there. Boom. And boom. And boom. So that gives us more durability, first of all. Or it breaks slower. Right? Mining speed 7. But it also has the excavate ability. So this is exciting. And since the tools level up, you know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going. I'm going to try and find some place to wreck. Or I know exactly where I'm going to go and wreck with this pickaxe. Up here in our original totemic grounds. And where that thing is, we're going to try this out. So... hold down. Nice. It works. Oh, I can't believe this. And you can, of course, make this a stone pickaxe because you can repair the different things. And it costs a lot of food. So that's a thing, though. That's a negative thing, of course. But this is not useful, super useful for stone and stuff because my hammer, I've upgraded the speed of, so it's actually pretty quick. But it's going to be so useful when finding a vein. I knew there was a reason why I should have made the pickaxe head out of stone. Because that was the original plan. It's of course, when I repair this, I have to use steel. But if I have it made out of stone, which I'm now going to lose a lot of steel and stuff, I can just repair it using cobblestone. Which, you know, it's going to be a lot cheaper. So, yeah, just showing you that I'm replacing it and I'm wasting some steel and... all that good stuff. I'm gonna put the steel thing back on once I have this next level. Almost got it here. Almost got it. Just a few more vein mines. Vein mines. I'm so happy with this. There we go. Just one more actually. Okay, cool. So it does cost a lot of food to do this, obviously. But upgrading that to stone definitely saved me a lot of resources in the long run. Okay, so now we throw this on there and boom. Unbreakable. Oh, there we go. We got a VeinMiner Unbreakable pickaxe. And as we level this up, I'm gonna try and put like luck on it or fortune. But that is unbelievably, insanely OP right now. I want to try this out. Okay, before we get to it here today, I promise you we will do base building today. I'm so excited. We got to do something about our storage room. And like I said, I've even prepared a little bit. But I want to try this out first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a vein of ores. Cross your fingers, it's not going to take me an hour to find. Because sometimes it does. But I'm going to find a vein of ore and I'm going to try and vein mine it. Oh, and before I do that, I'm going to change out the head of it to a steel, of course. Ah, bauxite. I do recommend, by the way, if I haven't said that enough, whenever you get to the stage where you get Twilight Forest, do your mining and finding of veins in the Twilight. Just because the Y level here is like, I don't even know, but it's very, very low. So your tool thing will always find all the way down to bedrock. So it helps out a lot. This is aluminite. It's like the lasting... we absolutely don't need this because I've been mining out so much of it. But Oh my goodness, that is such a relief. You see how big these veins are? Your boy ISKALLIA has been mining these up manually. Dude, so I'm happy right now. This is insane. This is insane. Oh! And on my way back I found lead. I found lead cluster, so I got that advancement. Woo! Nice. I'm gonna find this vein with my VeinMiner. Looks very freaky, this ore. Oh. It's just beautiful. I'm sorry. Probably spending a little bit too much time on this now in the video, but it's beautiful. Boom. So long story short, we now, with my mining in between episodes, and I mean, this chest took me 5 minutes to get. These took me like 6 hours in total. So the VeinMiner is gonna just increase the efficiency of how we do things so much, obviously. Obviously. But with all that done, we can move on. So I told you guys I've been preparing a little bit for base upgrades, and we still got this room. I think, you know what, even though I've said it over the last few episodes that I want to design this, I still want to design it, but I think the main issue is this room. The main issue is our main storage room. So I went ahead and I dug out another 9x9 back here, and I think today I want to work on a better storage room. I've also noticed that this age unlocks the 2x2 drawers, which wasn't actually unlocked before, and that's gonna help a little bit because I want to use drawers for storing things, specifically like our ores and stuff. I want to have stored in drawers, like things that we have more than one stack of in here. Like some things, of course, this chest will probably be the same and stuff like that. But to efficiently work with drawers, we would need a drawer controller, which is a quest. And here's why, or you've seen already what I've collected, but there is something else that I spent a lot of time collecting. The drawer controller recipe takes 4 platinum plates. It takes 1 star metal ingot. Remember, 1 star metal ingot is all of this stuff in the altar, so 2 of the dust. So that means 2 rock crystal samples. And it takes a trim, that's easy. It takes this thing, Nether Amethyst block. For those of you who paid attention in the beginning of this episode, you would have seen that I had collected exactly 9 of these guys. These guys are fairly rare. I read online about them and they're super rare apparently in the Nether. I found them pretty easily. To be honest. You just have to make sure you're in the vanilla Nether biome, the hell biome, which we don't know which biome we're in because we don't have the bioanalyzer. But you can kind of see what biome you're in. So this is needed for the drawer controller. And if you don't know what the drawer controller does, by the way, it will all make sense once we get our new storage room up. We also need redstone engineering block. You can see here I prepared. And yeah, I did the star metal ingot off camera. I found 2 rock crystals and I did it. That's why I wanted to do this, because I found those 2. This thing here requires the vacuum tube, which we still haven't done. So for that, we need to do the crafting blueprint, which we have been working on. And they also require, redstone alloy plate and iron plate. Iron plate is just iron on the hammer. Redstone alloy plate, though, is constant, glowstone, and redstone. Okay? Constant is nickel and copper. Nickel and copper. So that's why I needed to find nickel, which I showed you guys earlier that I found. So what I'm gonna do is mix up maybe that may be a little bit too much. Let's mix up 8 because nickel is kind of rare. Like an idiot, I poured this stuff out even though we need it in there. Actually, that may be enough. So we need to take glowstone and redstone. Boop. Not a problem. The Nether has the vanilla generation of glowstone, so it's pretty easy to find glowstone. Alright, so that mixed up to redstone alloy, and I think we even had, yeah, we had some more, so I did some miscalculations. Let's throw that in there and see if we can get an even number. And these we needed 4 of, so we're gonna have enough for this, and that just hammers up, right? Boom. And I love that process, you guys know that. Look at my levels as well, by the way. 42 levels. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. Alright, so we got our metal plates in place. The next thing we needed were those vacuum tubes that we've been trying to create anyway. And for that we need the crafting component engineering print, which I messed up when I did last time. So let's go put that in there. That gives us access to the vacuum tube, which is glass, redstone, and copper wires. Let's just put that in there. And I did also collect some more glass or silt from the in-between lands. Not much, but like a stack. So we have a little bit of that. And boom! 3 vacuum tubes. Nice. And that's another advancement. Remember? That's actually a main quest advancement. Super cool. Modularity. Modular machines. I've never played with that mod. Use the engineer's workbench to create a circuit board. Okay. We'll not focus so much on the quests today, though. Because, yeah, I want to build my storage room. But this here is the last 2 pieces that were hard to make. Now I just need the trim, which I may want to make a few of. That's just the normal recipe. That's good. And that goes in the center to create, nice, this drawer controller. Now this guy here, if you haven't seen any other modded, you don't know what this does. But if you have seen any modded, this is probably in every series there is. So it's basically gonna help us sort things for us. And yeah, I'll show it to you guys at the end of the episode once we've redefined our storage room, because that's what I want to do now. Oh, is that actually full of cobblestone? It is. I want to redefine my storage room. I want to make sure that we have more space. I want to use drawers as much as possible. And I think I really like this wooden style that we're going with. So I think I'm going to keep that. Yeah, I think I've decided I'm going to take this room and open it up. And then we're going to change the purpose of this room. I want to put my saw and mills and stuff down here from the lumber mill. And then the lumber mill, which we have upstairs here. Because it's always a bother for me to have to run up here and go to the saw and all that stuff. So this place here will be mainly for the horse press, and then I'm sure that we're going to get some big machines from Immersive Engineering, and they can go up here. So this place will kind of get an upgrade. So I'm going to take all of this down as well. All of the water wheels and the gearboxes and all that stuff. And I'm going to have to craft quite a few of these probably, which is going to require black quartz. Oh no. Oh no, we can make it like this. Yeah, we can make it like this. That's much better. And hemp should not be a problem. We do have the old hemp. We have a lot of it because I've been harvesting. So I may start that process as well. I'm going to hide the water mills probably, or the water wheels inside the wall. But I want to make sure that I have everything hooked up to levers so I can start and stop everything. Super excited about this, by the way, dudes. Also, we should probably come up with a good design for the drawers, shouldn't we? Because that looks pretty garbage. Maybe, can we use some cobblestone for this? And my chisel, which I should now totally make from Tinkers, by the way, like you guys have been telling me. And a kind of a flat texture here. And I want to put these in the wall, so that's why I want to do them now. We could also use marble if we want white ones, but that may look stupid. Do I have a lot of olive? I'm going to need that for the floor, aren't I? I was going to use it for this, but I'm going to need that for the floor. What about the... I want something that's fairly clean in the center. Alright, in rebuilding my storage room, I noticed that I'm going to need access to my saw. So I went ahead and started this process as well, and I just wanted to show you what I'm doing here. We're gonna have the water wheel, like I said, hidden in the wall. And yes, I don't care that it's not logical that there's water there. And then I want to have 1 millstone. I think I'm probably gonna... I don't think I'm gonna need the millstones very long, but I would like to set up that other thing, the bellows and the thing. So I'm gonna have the millstone there, the saw in the middle, and the bellows thing over here, which is probably gonna make me have to change the wood floor here. Which kind of sucks. Maybe... yeah. Anyway, so far these gearboxes haven't broken, even though if we look at the recipe for this thing, there is like a broken wooden gearbox. I don't know if that's disabled or if I've just been lucky. But yeah, long story short, I'm gonna want to control these machines individually, so I thought we could do the saw quickly here together. So the saw is gonna be super easy. Oops, that's wrong. That there will get the saw running, right? And then if I power this gearbox, that should shut off the saw. And to do that, now that we got redstone and stuff, I think... oops. Yeah, everything is a bit of a mess at the moment. Redstone, no. Okay. Do have some redstone collected here. I also upgraded my lumber axe, so I put most of my redstone that I'd collected on my lumber axe and put an iron tool rod. Just, you know, not spice of life, like nice of life or whatever, to get that going. Okay, so we'll have a lever on top there. I may want to move that lever, but we'll do that, and that's gonna make it so that if this is off, the saw is on. Yes, I can switch it on and off. And I want to make sure I have the same for the gear, for the mill and that. Now, the reason you need a lot of these gearboxes, by the way, that are a pain to craft, and a lot of these axes, is because this guy needs to be powered from the bottom, which means that that block there has to be a gearbox, which means that if I'm powering in from the same water wheel, can I extract from the side? Yeah. So I'm going to need a gearbox there, a gearbox there, a gearbox there. I'm going to need 3 gearboxes to reach to that thing there, is how that works. And I don't want to use this gearbox because, like I said, yeah, I want to be able to have levers for all of these things so I can disable them. And so the only noise we should hear in here is going to be that water wheel, which is pretty cool. It took me all day, dudes, but totally worth it. Finally, well, not finally. I've had a lot of fun here. I'm going to show you guys around in a second. A lot of upgrades to the base. And I've enjoyed every moment of it. It's been so fun. Now that we got redstone unlocked, a lot of things are like available to us, and I'll show you guys. I did something very neat over there, which I am very proud of. But first of all, the storage room. So yeah, I went with oak in the background, the plain oak, and the slate on the edges in the end. And I decided to put some deep storage units up here because we're kind of poor, so making or upgrading all of these, I suppose, wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would cost us quite a bit of iron, which you can see now we have, as I've smelted up all the iron that we mined, or that I mined in between episodes. And this thing was very important, the drawer controller. So if you didn't know what this thing did, I'll show you, I'll demonstrate. Let me take out some stuff, some random garbage. Say that we've been out and my inventory looks like a mess, like it normally does. Just like this, right? And as long as the items are available in the drawer system, I can just double right click and boom, look at that inventory cleanup. It gets sorted and perfectly aligned. Now there are a few things that I don't want to put in drawers, like things that we have are always probably going to have less than a stack of, right? So those exist in these drawers. We'll probably be able to sort that automatically as well, though, with the buildcraft pipes that we have available. I can't really remember how that is done, though, but I noticed that it's like a quest line for that here. So that's going to be interesting. But for now, like, this is not too bad. I've sorted it into building stuff, garbage stuff, woods that are not like main woods. So I'm going to try and like keep oak and spruce our main woods for crafts, non-main blocks. And yeah, you can kind of see how it goes here. These are not very changed from how they were. I've just sorted out a few things. And I'm very, very happy with it. Went with the olive tree green and opened up the entire room here. We got the beacon or totem poles behind here in all corners with the haste 2 and speed thing and ocelot. I still got a few things that I got to sort out here. Then in this room, our previous magic room, is now sort of like a darker workshop, and then we get into the forge room, which I haven't changed. And why is this? Uh-oh. Oh, that's burnt down without me noticing it. That's funny. Okay, so right now this is a bit messy. I've automated for now the creation of ingots. So I just put all of our copper in here, and that's going to run through, and then all the copper ingots come out here. So example now, when I do this, I can just go back here and boop. And these two are not sorted, so then I need to add a spot for them. Let's add that there, and this is a non-massive ingot, so let's put that there. I'm trying to make it so that I only need to upgrade a few of these. Like this guy is going to need an upgrade for sure. And I do have, I've got one void upgrade left. We're going to need that. We're going to need some sticks. Let's just do one of these upgrades. I think it's like that, maybe. Yes. Okay, that increases it by 4 times, so then we can have 2,000 something iron from 512. I've also put some void upgrades in, so for like example of cobblestone, and I don't think I put one on dirt yet. They're very expensive. They're like 8 obsidian for one void upgrade, so pretty expensive. This one has an upgrade as well for Lapi. We got a lot of Lapi, by the way. But there are better ways of doing this, and I'm kind of thinking that we will build a separate Tinkers that is just meant to be for ore processing, maybe in this wall next time. There is a Redstone Clock that we actually can build. We have the materials for from Cyclic. It's just some aluminum, some of that redstone alloy stuff, and quartz, which I do have like a tiny amount of quartz that I mined from the Nether, 22. So we have enough to make that. That could be a cool little thing. But let me demonstrate this thing, because this thing I'm very proud of. So I managed to set this up. The Stoked Crucible is here, and this lever will switch it on. This lever will switch it off. Very nice. We got the saw, switching that on, and we got the millstone, switching that on. This was a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie, because of how random the things fly out. Because you can only block one side of the millstone off. If I block two sides off, let me demonstrate. If I block two sides off, it says blocked. So it can output on either of these three sides, is what I found out. But yeah, it looks pretty neat. And up here I have a master switch that switches everything off. So now the base gearbox is off. We can still hear the water wheel though, which is a little bit annoying. But without that on, none of these other things work. So the way I did this, some of it was a little bit complex, some of it was super simple. This is the main switch redstone line going down here to a torch that powers the main gearbox. This thing here just directly powers the saw gearbox. This thing here goes down to the gearbox, which is underneath the millstone. That was what was tricky, to place the gearboxes correctly. And like we can barely get around here. But yeah, I should probably light it up here as well. I've been making sure that everything is lit up. But that goes down here. And you may think that it looks too complicated how I pulled the redstone, but that was so that the millstone would be blocked on the back. And then over here, this is the most interesting. This is for the Stoke Crucible. So remember, the thing on the bottom, the hibachi, needs to be powered. That creates a flame. And when the bellow blows on the flame, it makes it blue. So the bellow needs... the gearbox of the bellow needs a clock to be pulsing, and the hibachi just needs a redstone signal directly to the hibachi. So here's how I made that. I have my input. This is my on and off switch that is red right now. That goes down here and switches the hibachi on, which is behind this block. So I thought, where's the hibachi? Anyway, it gets powered. Oh, the hibachi is there. Yeah. So this repeater powers the hibachi. That's how I did it. I remember. And then it also activates this clock, which triggers this gearbox here, which makes the bellow go up and down. So that's super cool. I'm very, 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 very happy with that. Feels really good. And I used a little bit of the basalt that I've been finding in the world before the Nether Portals were spawned. They were all made out of basalt, and I snagged a little bit. And I think that looks good with the slate. Kept these things just for nostalgic reasons. It's not completely centered here, unfortunately, and that's because we got a too thick wall here, a too thick wall there, but I opened this up and I didn't do it too thick, so yeah. The last thing I did was that I installed a trash can. This thing here is just a hopper into that cyclic thing, boom, down there, that we made another episode. And that's very useful, because otherwise I will end up with crap in my inventory. Oh, and I accidentally broke our wheat bed. I like woke up and I tabbed out of the game, and then when I tabbed back in, I clicked with my mouse, instant break in the wheat thing. So yeah, that's a thing. So I'm gonna go through all of these crates, and I'm gonna smelt up all the iron or all the stuff, and I'm gonna sort this out. This is our trophy box from Twilight Forest. I don't really know. You know what we can do with this? Let's snag these guys. And actually, we got those redstone lamps that I can now place. That's cool. Remember how we stole them and I said maybe we can use them sometime? Yeah, let's place this box inside our Twilight Forest box. That's good. And then this redstone lamp could be chilling right here, actually. Right? That could be the master on off signal. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that, so that we make use out of them. But yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all of that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the shelves. I'm probably gonna move the beacon over to the corners, like a lot of you guys have suggested and like I've been doing lately. But all in all, I'm super happy with this episode. I'm super happy having upgraded lifestyle or like things that help us out. The tools are upgraded. We got the VeinMiner pick in my backpack. And we got a new or very upgraded base. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and as much as I did. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the entirety of the episode. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hit the like button if you did. And I will see you dudes in the next episode.